Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 1st to the 8th. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we're going to jump right in. Virgo, remember, this is a landmark month, right? We as a collective have never experienced a month like this. There's aspects that will propel you into your brand new era, but you can't take everything with you, including your old structures and ways of thinking and patterns in the kitchen sink. All right. You can bring your dog. But the timing is really perfect this week, okay? You see, we kick it off with a full moon, but this is a week of immense healing and change. And yes, very likely some unpredictable events, okay? It is kind of a warm up. Like you're getting warmed up to Saturn moving into Aries next week. And so this week is really more about just you're really going to have to think about the new you. That's what this week is asking because you're still riding the wave of the 5 planet conjunction in Aquarius. Remember, which rules the future. It's going to play a big role this week, okay? Because even though those planets are no longer conjunct, we still have 5 planets in Aquarius all week, right? So this is definitely going to be a week of a lot of healing, especially for you. And I'll explain why. But as you can see, there's a lot that we didn't discuss in your monthly forecast. And I won't repeat the same things that I said in your monthly forecast. But anyway, Sunday, February 1st, you got the full moon in Leo. So this is happening at 13 degrees. Think about what happened for you around July 25th, corresponding new moon in Leo. Yep. There could be something here that reaches a turning point. This is a full moon in Leo, a fire side, right? So you might feel a little bit fired up, all right? This is a full moon that doesn't let you hide. It's all about being honest with yourself and others, especially because, remember, 5 planets in Aquarius still, all right? So there is, truth, right? You're still embracing your individuality, you'll maybe even your rebellious side will come out a little bit. You're craving freedom, mental stimulation. You just might feel that. This is your 6th house. Remember, Aquarius rules your 6th house. So your daily routines, which includes your lifestyle, which includes health. Health matters. Remember, you are the ruler of the 6th. This is your home. And so there is a sense of comfort. Like you get this house. But with this full moon, right? The moon opposite the sun in Aquarius. Even remember Mars is in Aquarius as well. And there's a bunch of planets. It's all in your February forecast. This full moon allows you to fully express your authentic self, right? And Aquarius is the mind. Leo is the heart. You've got this great mind-heart coherence for this full moon to receive those downloads, those signals. Your thoughts could be charged emotionally. Your emotions could be charged thoughtfully. So with full moons being emotional, this one does fill you with great passion. It's Leo energy. It's unapologetic. Like you don't care what others think or say. This is you giving yourself permission to be true to you, especially when it comes to love and relationships and romance and family and creativity and your passions. But also the fact that Leo rules your 12th house, it's very spiritual. It is healing. The 12th house is the subconscious. The full moon represents the subconscious and intuition and healing and spirituality. And so there may be this big release, okay? But again, there's a sense of you unrooting things to be your authentic self. I mean, let it be known could be your mantra today because Leo energy is joyful and it's confident. You have the stage. You're not a backup dancer, Virgo, right? Remember, it's Leo, the lion, the roarer. So it can be a little bit dramatic, but therein lies the point. Your world is your stage. Allow yourself to radiate during this full moon, and just so you know, this is going to be very, implicative of what you might expect over the summer. All right. Now, the reason why, first, I say this can be a lot of healing energy is because Leo rules your 12th, Aquarius rules your 6th. So that would be the health axis in astrology. And so there may be something here with health matters that this full moon illuminates for you. So just bear that in mind. And yes, it can be physical health, it can be mental health. I mean, you do have Mercury in Aquarius. There's just a lot happening here. But again, a lot of this is going to be more on this spiritual plane for you, okay? And so it is just really, connecting with your intuition around this time. And what's happening is that when we get to the summer, remember, in 2 weeks, we're going to have the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. And so you may be getting acclimated to the Leo Aquarius axis, where the North Node will be leaving Pisces, moving into Aquarius. South Node is leaving your sign, moving into Leo. So again, this month, you may have a little bit of an idea of what the summer is going to be like moving forward. Now, if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your, boyfriend, Ricky, or whoever, fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius will feel this full moon the most. You got planets 11 to 15 degrees. Any of those signs in your natal chart, yeah, those planets will be aspected. By this full moon, you're going to feel it. Now, Monday, February 2nd, you got Mercury in Aquarius, sextile Chiron in Aries, 23 degrees. So this is the first of 4 sextiles that we will have to Chiron this month, okay? Chiron, the wounded healer. And this is where you just heal those deep wounds, those emotional, subconscious wounds, to transform any pain into wisdom, even to help others, okay? So you see how this for you is a big week of healing, yeah? A lot of healing. And this aspect is perfect under the portal of this full moon. It's asking you to clear the decks, especially with your identity and confidence and self-esteem. But you could be going really deep because Chiron in Aries, your 8th house, right? 8th house is deep. That, remember, it's Pluto ruled, right? The ruler of the underworld. I mean, there's no limit to the depth here. And so there may be some big transformation that you're seeking to do. 8th house is death and rebirth. Yeah. 8th house is also, building relationships, intimacy, even it can be business partners. It can be work. It's investments as well. Investments for your future. It's shared resources, taxes, loans, inheritance, investments, commissions, royalties, things like that. All right. So it's your evolution through those experiences. Now, Aquarius and Aries are very similar. They're very independent. They love freedom. They do their own thing. So there is this level of self-sufficiency with this aspect where it is being proactive. It's a sextile. It's a window of opportunity, but you got to put in the effort, right, to heal. So this would be an amazing opportunity to heal any old wounds that have to do with not only, everything I said earlier about, your 8th house, but even your 6th house, which includes work. There may be something here with work or your daily activities or health, all right? And it can be truly cathartic and profound. Mercury's in Aquarius. It's freeing the mind, accepting truth. It's feeling inspired about your future. You may have deep conversations with others. It's Mercury. It's sextile Chiron. This is healing through words. Yeah? That raw honesty. It's releasing anything that's bottled up inside, especially when you're connecting with others. Remember, Aquarius is connecting with others and humanity and friendships and things like that, right? But for you, a lot of y'all, it's going to be colleagues or employees or, C-suite. If you're C-suite and you're the C-suite gang. But whatever it is, this allows you to vibrate at that high frequency and attract what you deserve. I mean, as you know, the higher the frequency, the more you manifest. Everything is energy, down to the molecular level. Everything, we're all made of atoms that vibrate. And so this is this great way that allows you to ascend. This brings relief and support and liberation. Okay. Again, as long as you put in the effort to heal. Now, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, will feel this the most. I'm throwing in the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I'm throwing in you, Virgo. Okay. If you got any planets 21 to 25 degrees in the fire or air signs in your natal chart, yeah, get ready to heal. Now, Tuesday, February 3rd, you got Uranus stationing direct, 27 degrees. I talked about this in great detail in your February forecast last week. So just remember, it's the planet of surprises, the unexpected, breakthroughs, innovation, wake up calls, right? He's moving. You're going to feel this. But if you felt that things were stalled or you were hitting walls since September, there you go. You're going to love this. Okay. It's your 9th house. So a lot of this is going to change the way that you see things. And it's not just this aspect alone. It's the full picture. Yeah. You already got Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees, right? Like this is, is everything together. But the 9th house is, it's education as well. So you may be inspired to teach, to impart wisdom. You may go back to school. You may take courses. You may go take online courses. The 9th house is higher learning, but it's also higher mind. It's your perspective on things. So there could be some shakeups here, but also it is publishing. It's book publishing. It's broadcasting. It's putting things out there in the world. All right. But it's also travel too. So, long distance travel, there's, foreign cultures, foreign lands. But anyway, Taurus wants stability. And Uranus just says no. He's like, yeah, no, I just woke up. I want to go, play basketball, whatever it is. Here's the thing. You may feel compelled to shake things up, okay? You may have some sudden insights and realizations and epiphanies and even wake-up calls with your routines. Maybe they're not working the way that they used to. Maybe you do want to shake things up. Also relationships, also finances as well. All right. Things that you value. So this is you stepping out of your comfort zone because you're doing this healing. And yes, Uranus is also chaos and breakdowns and upheaval. And so just be mindful, right? There may be some unexpected things, but again, for a lot of y'all, it may be, the way that you see things. Now, the reason why I'm really, really letting you know this may be an emotional week for you, not only with the Chiron aspects, not only with, your 12th house activated with a full moon that's already emotional, the moon will obviously be in your sign. All right. And so we'll talk about it in the second spread. Now, fixed signs, by the way, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius will feel this the most. Planets 25 to 29 degrees. And any of those signs. Very good. We're really going to feel Uranus move. Now, and again, you may love it. Now, Wednesday, February 4th, Venus and Aquarius sextile Chiron in Aries, 23 degrees. Same thing as Mercury sextile Chiron, only this is more about diplomacy. It's heart-centric. I mean, themes centered around relationships and love and money and self-worth. A lot of work stuff, again, for y'all. A lot of, everyday, your daily activities. It could also be like the health of relationships that you're in. This is repairing trust. Yeah. We got Venus involved. Okay. And maybe even redefining relationships. This is allowing yourself to be vulnerable. I mean, this is very, the sisterhood of the traveling pants. All right. They're all so empowered in the end. And this is you, right? And you may feel, again, a little bit more emotional, a little bit more sensitive than normal. Remember, Saturn's also moving into Aries next week, joining Neptune, which is that spiritual warrior archetype. So all this healing is actually necessary for your journey moving forward to become that spiritual warrior, right? You're leaving your old you, right? And Chiron, by the way, Chiron shows you your scars, and it's up to you to turn them into battle scars. You don't eradicate wounds, you learn how to live with them. That's self-love. That's what empowerment is. So this day, tell yourself that you won't let your past wounds define who you are. All right? Again, it is your 8th house. There's something here that just could go really deep. But the moon, again, in your sign, will actually trine Uranus. So I really love that for you. We'll talk about in the second spread. Thursday, February 5th, you got Mercury in Aquarius square Uranus, 27 degrees. Mercury, your ruling planet, by the way, is the lower octave of Uranus, meaning Mercury is like the iPhone, right? Uranus is the cell tower. There's going to be some transmissions this day. They could feel like a jolt. It can make you feel a little bit restless. But remember, it's that genius energy, right? That Aquarius is known for, Mercury in Aquarius. Remember, Uranus is also the ruler of Aquarius. Use it. I always say use these aspects, okay? If everybody on your block is selling, French fries, sell tater tots. It's that easy, all right? There's that genius. It's all about thinking outside the box with this, okay? Especially with any circumstances that do have to do with relationships, finances, maybe even travel, planning travel. Remember, you do have Mercury going retrograde by the end of the month. And then also friendships and colleagues and your everyday routines and work. You could have some radical ideas come out of nowhere, yeah? That you could sell for $10 or $1 million. You create your reality, right? So keep that in mind. Remember, Uranus being the unexpected, it is Mercury. Your ruler is squaring Uranus. So be mindful with your words, with communication. Yes, please be different, think different, do different, but don't, tell your boss you're a secret spy from Narnia. Like, there's a lot of rebellious energy with this aspect too. So just remember, be responsive, not reactive. Reality is created by the mind, and we can change our reality by changing our mind. Thank you, Plato. It's that simple. All right. Having that level of perspective. And you're definitely going to feel this, days before, days after. There really could be some, money matters as well. Fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. And I am throwing in Gemini and you. All right. We'll feel this the most if you have any planets 25 to 29 degrees. Any other signs, you're going to feel it. Now, Friday, February 6th, Mercury does move into Pisces. We're going to be here all month. Okay, so remember, Mercury in Pisces is very poetry in motion. Communication is softer. You speak more emotionally with greater imagination, intuition. It's great for artists, the healing arts, meditation, spirituality. It's dreamer energy, So just letting you know, okay? Because Mercury's your ruler and Pisces is your opposite sign. And so you love the details, you love the facts, the logic, the research. All of that can get a little bit lost in the sauce here, all right? Especially if you're communicating about contracts, agreements, partnerships, love, marriage, relationships, business partners, colleagues, employees, all of that. So just bear that in mind. Communicate and think with compassion, inspiration, metaphors. That's the sort of language of Mercury and Pisces. Yeah. But it does bring a lot of emphasis on relationships for you. Okay. Doubling down on this for you because the moon will be in Libra, which is all about relationships. Okay, now, where are we? Oh, yeah, and it may be a really emotional weekend actually, because Saturday, and we'll talk about this in the second spread, the moon will be in Scorpio and will square Pluto. So there is some intensity, as you know, with the moon in Scorpio. We'll talk about it later. Now, Sunday, February 8th, Venus will square Uranus. You got Venus in Aquarius. You have Uranus in Taurus. That's at 27 degrees. And this happens twice a year. Yeah, that's the first one. Because this is a strong aspect, because you might feel this a little, over the weekend. You might already have a little bit of a sense that, there may be a breakup. There may be, a shakeup. There may be something with a colleague, employee. Maybe you've got to, let someone go, right? But this is also breakthroughs. This is also, wake-up calls. There's this, almost like this sudden need for freedom over comfort that you may feel, especially, again, with relationships, finances, money, salary, but there could just be a lot of unpredictability to this day. It could be you. Yeah. You might quit your job just out of the blue. You might end a friendship. You might, decide you want to get the thing on your arm checked out. Remember, there's a lot of health stuff here. You're sick. So keep that in mind. Wherever you feel limited, to be honest, that's where you're going to feel it. And again, for most y'all, it really is going to be work related. There may be something here with everyday activities, work, health, as well as travel, and just really craving to learn something new. Anyway, Aquarius and Taurus are fixed signs. There's very little wiggle room. But remember what I said in your monthly forecast. There is mutual reception here. Venus is Taurus's ruler. Uranus is Aquarius's. They're hosting each other. So there is a bit of compromise, cooperation. So there can be some big breakthroughs here, okay? That might require a little bit of chaos. Expect the unexpected, right? So it will be the fixed signs that feel this aspect the most. And so, let's get started, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you for February 1st to the 8th, Virgo. It's a big week. It's a really big week, okay? Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Virgo. Yep. There's something you were going to say. There's something you're going to say over the weekend. You got things to say. Virgo, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, especially for a weekly reading, if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. And Virgo, y'all are amazing. This is, and remember, even the fact that the moon will be in your sign, the moon will conjunct the south node in your sign. So that happens every month. And it depends, there are a lot of variables are involved. Like, is anything else aspecting, etc. And so, but just, again, it's like a karmic release. This is a week where you're going to do a lot of healing, a lot of release. All right, let's get started. You are, okay. It's very interesting because you see what's happening here. It does feel like there is, it's like a week where you're standing tall. You got your back straight, your chin up, you're holding your head high. Yeah, that Leo, full moon in Leo energy. Yeah, chivalry, all of that. Anyway, you got the 5 of Cups. So with the 5 of Cups, so remember the full moon in Leo right off the bat. And then you have the aspects with Chiron. You've got the moon in your sign with the south node. you've got Uranus waking up. You've got the Uranus squares. There may be some things that are ending that may take a toll. Again, they're emotionally, it's cups, right? The 5 of Cups. So there may be something that you have to recognize, you do have to release. You have to let it go. He doesn't let it go. He's looking at the spilled cups. They're spilled. 2 things. He can't, if you're so, longing for something that's part of the past, you're not going to see the potential of your future, right? You're not going to see what's available for you. These new, right? So anyway, this is a good time to do that emotional work as well. There is going to be some release, but pick up the 2 cups, cross the bridge, go into your mansion. Yeah. And that bridge connects the past and the future, right? And so you always just want to continue to move forward. But it does look like there is going to be some endings here. Cups are emotions, they're feelings, they're relationships. Okay? So keep that in mind. The cups are spilled. And again, this is a week. What from the very beginning I said, everything and the kitchen sink for your new you. All right? And so this is also like a lot of that emotional growth as well. Now, look at what that does. Yep. You have the 6 of Wands in the heart of your spread. Interestingly, a Leo card. And so this is a card of you rising above. This is a card of, look, it's a procession. This is someone who's being recognized. All right. So this, remember, you have a lot of energy and work. Like I said, there can be a promotion. There can be, you moving up. And Uranus, I've mentioned this before. I think maybe I said in your last workouts, if you're here, if you're a Virgo, if you're watching for your sun sign, a lot of these aspects, they don't have anything to do with you. All right. They're within your world. Okay. And so it could literally be like with all this unexpected stuff happening with Uranus on the loose. It could be, maybe your boss quits just randomly and you're next in line, right? That you just never know. But this is such an auspicious card, and it is eminence, and it is success, and it is victory. So this looks really great because it's wands. Like, what did I say about your passions, right? But also, wands are very work related. A lot of creative energy with wands. But look at that. This is also you overcoming. It's the Chiron sextiles, overcoming a lot of your old wounds. So this is also you and people seeing you, this new you emerging as well, right? You have that Knight of Swords. Just be very mindful about the words that come from your mouth this week. All right. He can be, the other thing is like the Knight of Swords can be really impulsive. He can be very aggressive. So, okay. With Mercury square Uranus and Mercury, your ruler, just, anyway, the other thing is, yeah, there may be someone that can come on really strong too, because remember, all these aspects are, everybody feels it, right? But in different ways. And so just be very mindful of the way that you communicate. The Knight of Swords, you can see the fire under his feet. He is ready to just, he's got a charge about him. Handle things with grace. You're already on this wonderful stride. Now, speaking of stride, you got the Death card in your crown. Listen, you're going through change. You're going through immense change. And this is literally out with the old, in with the new. This is the beginning of a new chapter, and it's something that you want, and it's something that I feel like you're compelled, that this is a week where you're going to have a moment of what I said earlier, imagining what your future self is going to be, right? Remember, your future self is watching you right now. And so this is great. because it says that you're ready. You're ready to make these changes, but also remember not to resist any changes. All right? See them as opportunities. Okay? But most of all, you be the change. You be the change, but you're seeing that things are changing for you. Things are happening for you. Manifest it. You got the High Priestess and the root of your spread. Yeah, very emotional. Like, I mean, I feel like there is this sense of this spiritual energy that you're going to feel. I think it's going to come naturally because of, well, all these aspects. Again, even with the moon in your sign, a lot of emotions come to the surface. A lot of things are illuminated. And, you know, your nurturing side comes out. The moon is also memory, all of that. But the High Priestess, you see the sliver of the moon at her feet, her headdress, the different phases of the moon. But there is a sense of you really going deep to process things. You do have all these sextiles with Chiron and Aries that requires you to go deep for these, you know, old wounds, right? But then you've got Neptune and Aries. Now you're going to have Saturn and Aries in your 8th. So it's just getting comfortable with going deep. Remember, the 8th house is Scorpio ruled. It is Pluto ruled, ruler of the underworld. 8th house is, there's no limit to the depth there. And so this is a lot of, even the High Priestess being the guardian of the subconscious, right? A lot of subconscious activity. Like there could be you just unrooting things, like going to places, doing shadow work as well. Whatever it is, there is a sense of let's continue to peel things back as we move forward and trust your higher mind, your inner voice, okay? Because you do have that Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, it just feels like, again, there may be some resistance to maybe something that you hear, something that you have to make a decision about. Continue to trust your intuition and your emotions, your feelings, all of that, okay? You do see that her back is turned to the moon and the sea, right? So she's disconnected from her emotions, from her intuition, from her feelings. And so let's be open to it. Let's be open to some of the changes that are going to be happening, because this is definitely a spread of change. All right. Be open to it. Those swords are going to get heavy too. So that just bears more weight, right? A little bit of like just even like mental. It is a sword suit. And again, remember, you will have a lot of activity with relationships and partnerships as well this week. So there may be something there. Okay. Anyway, and money. Virgo, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, hype if you're on your phone. Virgo, y'all are amazing. Let's you know, love y'all. Like, you know, I got you. Okay, we Virgo out together. Virgo, let's let's don't you're just I'm gonna there you are. Yeah. You are so good. Look at what you're about to make me cry. You're really good. Um the the 6 of Cups. That's great. That's great. Okay? So what I need you to do, Virgo, is let some of those things go. That heaviness, let it go. All right? This like really connect with your inner child. Feel free. Have those moments. Connect with others. And you're going to feel this harmony. And you're going to feel really good about it. All right? Now, you also have the Fool. It looks like that in your external factors area, a lot of y'all are just going to, especially with Uranus in the mix this week, you're, like I said, just do unexpected things. You're going to take that leap of faith. You're going to jump into the unknown. You have the High Priestess and the root of your spread. there is a sense of mystery there too, right? But it's like you've got that trust as long as you're connected with your intuition. Like, that's amazing. Okay, with a Fool, which, by the way, is attributed to the planet Uranus. And what did I say about everything with Chiron happening this week that's just, boosting your confidence? And so I really love this for you. It looks like there is a new journey on the way. And it looks like there may be someone that's going to be part of your journey moving forward in this new capacity. But it does feel more like you just being open to it. All right. So remember, it's all about getting that weight off your shoulders. I feel like there could be someone that could be very influential too on a decision. If you're right here, there could be someone that is the one that really inspires you to move in this new direction. You have the sun, as we know, that's, the biggest yes in tarot. And it's just very interesting too, because again, there's this full moon in Leo in your 12th house, right? And so again, that's the subconscious. It's healing, it's spirituality, it's rest and retreat. It's all of that. But it's the last house. It's the end of the zodiac. So there is this sense of this full moon. Full moons that do bring endings. There is something here that's just completely ending. A lot of it up here. The 12th house is so nebulous. There, you can't grab onto anything in there. All right, it's infinite. And so, anyway, this is optimism. The sun is optimism. It's hope. It's good health. It's vitality. It's wealth. It's opportunities. And it's rebirth. There's this sense of rebirth. You've got all this 8th house activity, which, again, like I said, is death and rebirth. But look at what's happening. You have the Ace of Cups and your final outcome. So it does feel a little heavy, but it feels like the direction that you're moving. Don't second guess yourself. Continue to move that direction. Take that leap of faith. You have the Ace of Cups waiting for you on the other side. Yeah. And again, you won't know what's there if you're holding onto the past. Yeah. So, Ace of Cups, as we know, aces bring change. They bring new opportunities. This is new relationships, new job, dream job. It's tears of joy. This is rapturous. It's actually intense pleasure. It's nirvanic. It's the Ace of Cups. Look at all the 5 streams. This isn't cup half full. It's overflowing. And cups, again, it's just a very emotionally moving week for you. Yeah. But there is something to look forward to here. It's something that is going to build, and it's just this again. It's the Holy Grail. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Virgo, you're amazing. I honestly just didn't. I do not know what to say. You can see that it's all about change here. It's change, a lot of change. But again, be the change. Move in that direction. Remember, 8th house is like, Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's the snake shedding its skin, all of that. But again, wow. All right, Virgo, y'all are amazing. So, oh, yeah. Next week, we'll go deeper. Well, obviously, there's a lot more happening next week. The big thing is Saturn in Aries. There's a lot. We'll talk about next week. But yeah, Saturn moving into Aries. Tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. You know where to find the link for the second spread. We will go through all these. We even have the moon in Scorpio, sextiling Juno in Capricorn. That's why I'm like, oh, there's some things y'all gotta say, or sign, by the way. But the moon's in your sign. We'll talk about all the, lunations, the second half of your forecast. Anyone's welcome to join. And then, yeah, the day this video comes out, which would be Wednesday, will be my birthday. So to celebrate, thank you. I am going to leave. I'm offering access to some videos on greatawakener.com if you want to see my predictions and the channeling videos. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more there. But anyway, y'all are amazing. And it's from Wednesday till, whenever I remember to flip the switch back. Anyway, the other thing is I'm about 80% out of my vortex that I've been going through. So I'm happy. I'm excited. But I wanted to thank you again for all your kindness and all your support, all your kind messages. Very meaningful to me. We're eventually going to get finally where I'm not doing things at night. But yeah, that was such a storm for a couple. I mean, I'm not out of the woods yet. I got a couple more weeks, but thank you so much for all your patience and kindness and support. Virgo, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. Did I say the thing? If you like this reading, etc. But anyway, y'all are amazing. Virgo, I got to go. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.